Hello, how are you?
Hi, good.
To
You?
see
You
you.
all right?
How are you keeping? Long time no see. Lydia Daydoff, Fight Connect TV. We're here at the National Convention Centre in Dublin ahead of Taylor Cameron 2. Delighted to be joined by the main man, Mr. Eddie Hearn.
How are you?
Good, yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, absolutely. Delighted to be back in Ireland, and it's getting bigger every day, this card. You know, I think last time Katie was here, there was a real kind of just a belief from, I guess, casual fans that it was just a win, you know, on the homecoming. And, you know, this time they know she's up against it. Not many people, and not many people in boxing, are giving Katie much of a chance in this fight. But there's a look in her eye to say she's coming for everything on Saturday night.
Well, I just interviewed Frank Smith, and I said there is that different sort of theme, I suppose, at this fight week. It feels like a different fight week to what it was the last time. And I think the Irish fans maybe brushed the last one under the carpet a little bit after the loss. It was kind of like, you know, her legacy is so big and so bright in Ireland. For you, what have the last 6 months been like for you, you know, when you think about that fight and its outcome and the kind of process leading up to that, I suppose?
You know, I think that her legacy will always be there and nothing can ever affect it, but we live in quite a harsh world where if you lose, it's like, oh, you know. And it's like the amount of people that are saying, no, if she loses on Saturday night, she should pack it in. And it's like, well, just because you lose to arguably the pound for pound number one in a weight division above where you're at, you know, should you pack it in? Physically, you need to see a decline. You need to see like a deterioration. You need to see a lack of desire to call it a day when you love the sport so much. And I think physically it will tell us a lot where she's at on Saturday, because I think, and I hate saying it because I think it's disrespectful to Chantel. She even said there she had a torn bicep or tricep. I had no idea about that. But Katie physically wasn't at her best. And she did so much, you know, in the build-up to that fight, so much on fight week. I remember standing in the ring watching her sort of for 7 or 8 minutes, just walking up and down the stage thinking, you know, like, I feel like she's going to learn a lot from that this time around. And, yeah, she will be better.
Absolutely.
But Chantel will be better.
This is the thing, I listened to your BBC podcast with Bunsey, and it was brilliant, and it was so great that you did say that, you know, she will be coming back a different fighter, but so will Chantel. Do you ever worry for your fighters from, we'll say, an emotional or a personal standpoint of how they will take a loss like Katie may have taken in the last 6 months?
I find the Gary Cully fight here almost as intriguing as Katie Taylor, because you got a guy that we were shouting from the rooftops. You know, he was doing so much media again on that fight week, goes in, gets knocked out, and it's like, how do you overcome that? How do you come back? And Reece Mould was kind of digging at that, saying, mate, you can't just brush that under the carpet. When you ring walk on Saturday, all that comes flying back to you. Katie's long in the tooth.